This video and its content are protected by and operate underneath the guise of the Fair Use Act. It will be used for criticisms, reporting, possible teachable moments, but most importantly, my commentary and review. So, hey, YouTube and anyone who gets butthurt, do not come copyright striking my channel. Also, everything in this video is allegedly according to what has been alleged, because even if we hear it come out of their mouths with our own two ears, see them do it with our own two eyes, or read it in the court docs, everything is alleged because we weren't there, so we don't know what really happened.
Big poppin', money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what the topic.
Yo, what's poppin', Henny gang. If you are new to the channel, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I do a video. So, as we all know, today is the 28th, and there are a lot of tensions that are going on in these IG and internet streets, because DJ Sky did post to her story about the 28th, and everyone is curious to know what is going on. I can personally tell you, and I can also show you, because you know I'm going to have to show you, and I know you guys are going to want to know what is going on with Chrisean. Is Chrisean, is Oklahoma, are they? Hold on, guys. I'm going to pull up the docs for you so you can see for yourself. However, the last time I checked, there was not an update to anything except for yesterday with the DA and the arresting agency being in and out of the case file as usual. It wasn't as much activity as it has been in the past, but there was some updates from their side nonetheless. These updates, again, just for those who don't know, we do not know what it is that they are communicating. We do not know what it is that they are talking about. All we know is they are talking. Let me get this watermark up here really quickly, and let me get into that. Also, let me just remind you, California is 3 hours behind from where I am. So as of right now, California is not open. So if there was any updates that were done, anything that has not, I'm going to use this screen today just because I want to. If there's anything that was to be done today, it's not going to show in the system right away, but also everything is closed at the moment. So this is where we are right now with Oklahoma. And just to go in and let's look. And as you can see today at 9:30 a.m., which was just a little while ago, the DA was in the case updating the files. Let's see what the arresting agency has been up to. They have also been in the case at 9:30 today as well. Again, this just shows that there are communications that are happening with the file. In case you did not know, you missed the information, or you just simply wanted to hear it from me, there has been some information as far as the attorney. And I know some people were asking me, what does this mean? So basically, this is saying that, okay, Benton and Gallen and move the court to withdraw as attorneys of record for Chrisean Malone because defendant pled out. She pled out on March 15th of 2023. This case is finalized, wherefore counsel moves the court to withdraw as attorney of record for the defendant herein. This is regarding the case being pled out. The case was pled out and finalized back on March 15th of 2023. What that means is everything that we're dealing with now came from the finalization of that case. Does that make sense? Let me see how this is looking to you guys, though. Can y'all see that? Y'all can see that. Very good. Okay, good. I don't like the screen because people can still whatever, but they're going to do whatever, whenever, however they so choose. So I can't do anything about it. I mean, hell, we got people using content. So yes, Henny Glasses in the chat, if that makes sense to you, what I just explained. As to this court document here that is, I'm trying to see where it is. It's over here. This court doc. Okay, so this has nothing to do with what is going on right now. That means that when they went to court and she was given the probation and that was ordered and put into place for her in the community service, it finalized everything. So they are being withdrawn from the case because that portion of the case was closed. Does she have a new attorney? Let's see if it will give me that information. At one point in time, it did show that she had one. Let's see, there's none. At this moment, there's no attorneys. That means that there's no one there at the moment. Okay. But I don't want anyone, and I'm going to show you on the screen right here. There is none. There's nothing under the attorneys at the moment. Okay. As far as any movement, we can go and we can pull up the LA sheriffs for you guys and get a look at that. But, you know, like I said, I didn't see anything that had changed, you know, from when I was in here. And again, just to remind you guys, LA is not open yet. Okay. And you do have to also remember they are not very quick with updating her information. So you can see this right here. This is Pacific Standard Time, which is this immediate moment. Okay, so you can see that this is a fresh doc that I just pulled up. You see the housing, everything is still the same. You see that there's still no next court date that has been updated. You see that there's no release information as of yet updated into this system. You also see that Oklahoma hold is still there. None of this has changed. None of this has changed. All of this remains the same. Okay. And for those of you who want to say, check the Vine, Henny, check the Vine. We all have Chrisean on the Vine, to be honest with you. So if there was any update to the Vine, we would have been alerted because I'm quite sure everyone at this point has Chrisean on Vine. So as you can see, this is as of right now. There's still nothing has changed. She's still showing in custody with a release date of June 20th, which just means that her California case is over. She is being held on the Oklahoma hold right now. There is nothing, no update to any of the Oklahoma information at all. Okay, let me show y'all Oklahoma. All right, there's no update to the Oklahoma information, as you guys can see. All right, so we're going to stop sharing that. And I want to say shout out to everybody who giggled at the title. Let's get those likes up, okay? We are kind of low, and I think that that's only because I put the wrong time. It says 11 p.m., but it's 11 a.m., and I'm already live. So they may not even realize that I'm already live. I don't know. But anyway, today I decided, because we are still waiting to see what is going to happen with the 28th, is Chrisean going to come out? Is Chrisean going to be released to Oklahoma? Is she going to show up to court for James? She does have her civil suit with James today. The James Wright civil case is today. Okay, so this is why I titled this Beauty and the Beat allegedly, because I thought that that was ished and giggles, okay, at the situation. But anyway, get myself back together. I decided that while we wait to see what's going to happen, let's just do a refresher of some things, because not everybody is privy to all of the information. Some people have some of the information. Some people are still trying to gather all of the information. And I'm going to just go ahead and we're going to do a rundown of the information that we do have, that we do know. I will let you know I've gone over those police reports, and unless you guys want me to go over those police reports again, I don't think I'm going to, okay? Because those police reports make me lose brain cells every time I go over them. But instead, I did want to, go over the actual court document. And let me just stop for a second and take a pause for the cause, because I have not done this in a while, and I want to do this. And I also want to make sure we get well past that 10-minute mark, which we're almost at, but I want to be well past it, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my mouth from cussing. All right. Now, I want to give a year and a what's popping to Be More. Jackson J's mommy, Miss VP, what's popping Wilson Vibes. Okay, what's popping Gloria? What's popping Lauren? What's popping Zoe? What's popping Coco? What's popping Liz? What's popping McKay? What's popping Nicole? What's popping Goddess with the scoop ski to Miss Poppington? What's popping to Selena? What's popping Ari Mac? What's popping Patricia? What's popping Serenity? What's popping Synth? What's popping Rosen or Rosin? Is it Rosen or Rosin? What's popping K? What's popping Sexy One? What's popping Lisa? What's popping Uniquely Yours? What's popping Rochelle? What's popping Miss TR? What's popping Lachey? What's popping K Sweets? What's popping to the Talking Doctor? What's popping Jacqueline? What's popping Coco? Miss Parker? Oh, Miss Parker. What's popping Cat Eyes? What's popping Jocelyn? What's popping T? What's popping that Rainbow Chick? What's popping TSM Ghost? Okay. What's popping Bobby Barnett? What's popping Pretty Ginger? What's popping Miss Pammy? What is popping? I'ma call y'all back. Ski. What's popping Stacy Dimples? What's popping Renee? What is popping to Paula? What's popping Peggy? What's popping Dominican Queen? What's popping Evelyn? Miss popping Miss What's popping Miss Thompson? What's popping Yolanda? What's popping LaShawn? What's popping Ashley? What's popping Footprints? And what's popping to everybody that is gonna pop in on the replay or pop in a little later? And what's popping to those that are gonna be here in the bushes? Yeah, what's popping everybody. All right, so this morning we're going to get into the court docs just to refresh ourselves on what this case is about, in case you don't remember, which I don't see how you could not remember or you don't know about this case. But in case you don't remember or you don't know what is going on, this is the James Wright case. Okay, let me see which document is showing. Make sure I'm showing the one that I want to show. That is the case addendum. Do I want to start there? I don't think I want to start there. I don't think I want to start there. I think I want to actually start with this instead. Okay, let me see something. Because I want to give y'all the case first. Okay, I want to give y'all the case first. I don't want to just yeah, let's go with the case first. Okay, so let's stop this and then let's go in and let's go with the case. Let me look. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right, so we're going to start here with the case. Let me just check over here, make sure we are good over in the StreamYard. Yes, we are good in the StreamYard. Look at me doing my screens, guys. All right, so nope, that's not it. All right, so this right here is a document that we are going to go through. I'm looking for the damn, okay, there we go. There it is. Sorry, y'all. Y'all got to understand something. I've got multiple screens up at one time. So it'd be a lot, y'all. It'd be a lot. All right, here we go. So here is the actual court documentation. Let me zoom in for y'all. Okay, there we go. So how we looking over here in the StreamYard so we can review what his case is about. All right, so this is James Wright versus Chrisean Malone. This is the civil suit. This is not the criminal case, okay? And as we know, the unlimited civil demand is over $25,000. Now, I say throw him 30K and call it a day, all right? Verified for complaint. He's alleging assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress. I may have to go through these police reports, okay? But let's go to the first cause of action, okay? Assault against defendant. Chrisean Malone. Okay, plaintiff realleges and incorporates. Thank you for the chime. I appreciate it. This case arises from injuries suffered by the plaintiff after he was struck several times in the face by the defendant while they both were at a concert event working in different capacities. On or about November 11th of 2023, at approximately 12:30 a.m., plaintiff and defendant were in one of the dressing rooms at the Novo, we know where it was located, when they became engaged in a conversation. During a short conversation, defendant commented to the plaintiff how nice he was and how different he was from everyone else at the event who had been mean to her. And we saw video evidence of people being mean to her and shady to her and all of that. Defendant was crying and visibly upset because she stated everyone was lying about her not being where she was supposed to be for her part of the performance. Plaintiff believes and based thereon alleges that defendant was misinformed about her role that evening as she was only supposed to participate in the ending of the concert performed called the twerk off portion. Now, pause. We've gone through this already. We already know that, first of all, it was said that she was supposed to do this twerk off thing during the she was supposed to do this twerk off event during the intermission, the halftime of the midway mark of the concert. However, in these court documents, it is saying that she was supposed to do her performance at the end of everything. Well, if you go back and you think and you remember, I'm trying to see if I can pull this up while I'm talking to you guys. If you remember, Chrisean at the end of the show actually was coming out on the stage with her mic and was up there with Tamar. So if it be true that she was supposed to perform at the end of the show, okay, then she was properly in place because we all saw her standing off to the side of the stage. Now, whether you agree or you disagree with the person who is the subject matter right now, and I have to say that because we have people from both sides of the track on here, whether you agree or disagree, you cannot disagree with the fact. And the fact of the matter is, if it was at the end of the show, she was there. Because where did Chrisean come from? She came from the side of the stage. She didn't just pop up from out of nowhere. And she also had a microphone in her hand, even though they are saying that, Tony put it down and she picked it up or whatever the case may be. If that was the portion that she was supposed to be at, then that's where she was. Okay. That part of the story, to me, when it comes down to getting a good attorney on this case, could easily be denied. Okay. It could easily be debunked. There's a lot of video evidence that backs up the fact that if it be a lie, it was a lie. And y'all know me. I got y'all. All right. Y'all want to see? Let's go. Let's get to it. All right. Let's get to it because I have it pulled up. So we're going to stop sharing that screen for a second. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull this up. Okay. If my windows will go down. All right. So as y'all can see, this is from the event. Where is Chrisean? If this is the ending of the performance, wouldn't she be where she's supposed to be? Now, this video is showing where they took the microphone from her. So she was out there because remember, shortly thereafter is where the whole cake incident happened. Okay. And she's up there and she's on the stage with Tamar at the end of the show. Looking back at that footage, I noticed a few things, but I'm not going to get into all of that. But we see her there. Henny Glasses in the chat if you remember this. All right. Now let's get back to the document. Let's continue to read. All right. Let's continue to read the court doc. All right. Okay. Plaintiff believes and based thereon alleges that the defendant thought she was supposed to have a larger performance role individually as a rap artist. Plaintiff tried to console defendant and confirm to defendant that she was not in the designated area as everyone else said because he would have seen her. Defendant became upset with the plaintiff and stated that if he again said she was not where she was supposed to be, that she was going to hit him. Plaintiff politely told the defendant, "I promise you, you are not on the side of the stage." Defendant immediately using her hand, where she's wearing large champion-style rings, struck the plaintiff in the face several times. Following the assault, while the defendant was being removed from the dressing room, and continued to shout foul, obscene, and insulting language towards the plaintiff, such as, oh, okay, that's what they're alleging, she said. However, this is the first time that we heard any of this because that was never said when everyone was giving their account of what happened. All right. So now let's go to the addendum. Is the addendum showing for you guys? Yes, this is the addendum. All right. So this is what he's coming for. We already know he's coming for intentional bodily injury. This is what he's coming for. All right. And that's the claim that he's making, intentional bodily injury. All right. And there's nothing else really that he's doing. But in here, he checked off number 4 as being statement of reason. And the statement of his reason, he said, is number 3, civil case cover suit. This is what this is, a civil case. There's a civil case cover suit as well. I mean, cover sheet. I said cover sheet. Here is the cover sheet, okay? Again, unlimited amount demanded exceeds $25,000, okay? And this is a personal injury, personal property damage, or wrongful unaliving. He checked off personal injury for this. This case is not, this case is not complex under the rule of exception of factors. His remedies, okay? He's looking for monetary, non-monetary, declaratory, and injunctive relief and punitive damages, okay? That is what he is looking for. So now I've read all of that to you. What I wanted to do was I wanted to bring y'all what it is that they are going to be talking about in court today. Okay? Because we know what they're going to talk about. All right? So this is what they will be discussing. As you can see, this is electronically filed on 6/24 of 2024 at 10:18 a.m. Okay. Now, we get down to here where it says the party or parties. This statement is submitted by party James Wright. Okay. Service. All parties named in the complaint and cross complaint have been served, have appeared, or have been dismissed. All right. But as we go down in here, this type of case is a complaint. All right. And it says provide a brief statement of the case, including any damages, yada, yada, yada. Complaint seeks past and future damages resulting from injury sustained by plaintiff from a physical assault by the defendant, Chrisean Rock Malone. Okay. The parties request a jury trial. Okay. He's requesting a jury trial. And as far as the trial date, no trial date has been set. This case will be ready for trial within 12 months of the date of the filing of the complaint, if not explained. There's no explanation why it won't be ready. So what does that mean? That means that they will have a year to get this case to a jury trial before it goes to trial. Okay. Again, this is my understanding. All right. Now it says estimated length of trial, days. So they expect it to take days for them to be able to sort through all of this. I feel like it should be sorted through within a couple of hours. All right. There's a lot of video evidence out there. There's a lot of stories out there. There's a lot of things that have gone on in this case. So maybe I should take that back. Maybe it will take days because they have to comb through social media. All right. A good lawyer is going to comb through social media. Hell, let me tell you something. I'm not saying she does. I'm not saying she doesn't, but it is possible. It is possible to have a public defender. It is possible to have a public defender and still beat your case. You want to know how you could do that? By doing your own work. So that means somebody in her camp can go online and pull all of this stuff and press that public defender to submit it as evidence into court. You can do that. Well, at least you can do that here in New York because I did that. My son got in trouble and my father knew New York state law like the back of his hand. Rest his spirit. May he continue to transcend and ascend in peace into greatness. He knew the law like the back of his hand. He told me what motions needed to be filed. He told me what paperwork I needed to go get, where to go look for things. And I pulled all of that stuff up and I gave it to my lawyer. And guess what? We beat that case. You got to put in the footwork and you got to press them to do their job. You got to press them to do your job. But I'm going to say this. It is unadvisable, as somebody who is not an attorney, as somebody who has spectated court cases, being in the courtroom. I don't advise nobody go to trial with a public defender, though. I don't advise that. So I don't know how that would work. But I'm just saying, you could still beat a case with a public defender. You just got to do the footwork because they ain't going to do it. Their job is to plea you out and get you in. But you can definitely get your ass a nice little, you know what I'm saying? But people got to be willing to do the case. Shit, I'll do the case. I'll do the digging and the pulling for the lawyer. Tell the lawyer to contact. Tell the lawyer to contact Hennessy Reviews. Henny will pull what you need to pull, god dang, and put it together and put it right in your hands. All right? Let's get back to the court doc, though. All right, so trial represented by the attorney and the party listed in the caption. Okay, let's go down here and where it's asking alternative dispute resolution for parties represented by counsel. Counsel has provided an ADR information packet identified. Migo, what's he doing? Hey, boy. Sorry, I got a new doggy. All right. Now, this is what has not happened, and this is what is going to probably take them time. The time that they're going to need, that 12 months, there are steps that have to take place prior to. Okay. So a mediation between the two of them has not been scheduled yet. Okay. A settlement conference has not been scheduled yet. So, and also a private arbitration has not been scheduled yet. None of this stuff has happened as of yet. All this stuff needs to happen. But I found it very interesting when I went down here and it says other motions, right? Is this where it is? The party or parties expect to file the following motions before trial. Specify moving party. Okay. Plaintiff intends to file a request to enter default against defendant for failure to timely respond to complaint served on May 4th of 2024. So now he wants them to hurry up and default judgment this case because she has not responded in a timely manner to being served on the football field. Okay. Now we're going to get down here to this discovery, and the following discovery will be completed by the date specified. There is no date specified, but a written discovery propounded to Chrisean Malone. He has to do that. Taking deposition of Chrisean Malone. Chrisean has not been deposed. The following discovery issues including issues regarding the discovery of electronically stored information, are anticipated. Plaintiff intends to take the deposition of Chrisean and propound written discovery to Chrisean Malone in the event her answer is filed prior to the default being entered. Okay, so they want her to do all of this, right? But here's the other issue. Plaintiff has not had a fair opportunity to provide notice to defendant of the notice of case reassignment and order for plaintiff to give notice. The defendant has not filed a written response to the complaint, and since she was served at a public location, which is not her physical location, the plaintiff was not able to serve the notice pursuant to the 5/7/2024 order. Y'all want me to read that again? Henny Glasses in the chat if y'all want me to read that again. For the lurkers in the back. All right, we gonna do it for the lurkers in the back. Let's read that one more again. It says other issues. The plaintiff has not had a fair opportunity to provide notice to the defendant of the notice of case reassignment. Now, if you're wondering what that case reassignment was, I don't know if y'all remember, but I had pulled that a while ago. That James had a reassignment. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this. I didn't want to use this, but I'm gonna use this. Notice of case reassignment and order for plaintiff filed by the clerk. James changed, I believe he changed attorneys, or he reassigned the courthouse. And he did that on 5/13, right? Because there's no other order to show cause failure to file proof to the clerk, okay? I like my other screen, but I don't feel like stopping to try to pull and grab, and I don't feel like doing all of that. So we just gonna go from here. Okay. Notice of case reassignment and order for plaintiff to give notice was given on 5/7, right? Right. Proof of service, not summons and complaint, filed by James Wright as to Chrisean Malone, right? Case reassignment to Stanley Courthouse, right? Right. Okay. Reason, inventory transfer. All right. Notice of case reassignment filed, right? But what is the date? 5/15. All right. So let's go back. Okay. In order for plaintiff to give notice, defendant has not filed a written response to the complaint. And since she was served at a public location, which is not her physical location, the plaintiff was unable to serve the notice pursuant to the 5/7/2024 order. We remember that she got served. She got served on the football field. She has not responded. But let's think back to what was going on at that time, okay? Chrisean got served at a football game in the capacity of her job, right? I don't think that was a good idea, but it sounds to me, like what they are saying is, Mika said, I remember everything. It sounds to me like what they are saying is because she was served in a physical location, it's still not considered to be served. Because how do you say that she was served at a public location, which is not her physical location? Plaintiff was unable to serve the notice pursuant to 5/7/2024 when they did the case reassignment, and all those paperwork documents were submitted. He put the request in for the case reassignment, okay, and it concluded on 5/15, right? That's what I saw. If you served her on the football field, how come you didn't give her the notice of reassignment at the same time that you were serving her? So what did you serve her is what I want to know. What was she served? She was just served about the case and you didn't serve her that notice too? Because I don't understand. How could you serve her one document and not both documents? Wouldn't somebody serve both documents at the same time? Because it's sounding like you're saying because she was served publicly, we couldn't serve her again. Am I reading that wrong? Y'all tell me if I'm reading that wrong, because we reading this together. Not a patty pie. Y'all cutting up in the comments. I'm just saying. I'm not going to bust too many brain cells on this. I'm not going to bust too many brain cells on this, but based off of this information right here from what I see, it's just going to be, they're going to come and discuss these issues in court, and then that's going to be it. And there's no guarantee that Chrisean is going to show up there, nor does she have to show up there. There may be an attorney that shows up for her. We don't know. It says, I'm completely familiar with the case and will be fully prepared to discuss the status of discovery and alternative dispute resolution, as well as other issues raised by this statement, and will possess the authority to enter into stipulations on these issues at the time of the case management conference, including the written authority of the party where required. Okay, this is the new attorney that is on James's case. That's what that statement is about. Okay. Let me take this down for a second because I want to show y'all something that is on here that I found, like, why is that listed there? Okay. Damn. Okay, wait a minute, because I'm trying, even though everybody already knows the address, like everybody knows the address. Okay, let me go back here. Oh, I can't show y'all that because it's going to show another. Well, it's a public record. I just don't want to put it up there. But on these court docs, damn it, it's a public record though. But I don't know whose address that is. And I don't want to compromise somebody else's address. Either way, on these court docs, if you pull them for yourselves, if you scroll down to Chrisean Malone defendant, it has Blueface's house address there. Then it also has Cathedral High School listed as one of her addresses, and another address, which I think might be her personal address, like where her house is. But either way, why is the high school listed as her address? That's not her place of residence. That is not her place of residence. So why would you list that as her place of residence? Because you served her there? At the end of the day, we all have our take on what's going to happen with this case. But I could say this. If you read those police reports are all over the place. Okay, and they change from report to report. Like one person said, she allegedly hit him in the face 5 times. Another, they come back in the next one and say in another document, she was hitting so fast that they don't know how many times, that it may have been 3 or 4 or something of the along that nature. If something is true, it's true all the way through. Now, I wasn't there, so this is alleged. Everything is alleged because we weren't there, okay? And there were no documentations leaked of anything except for the fact that James had a bloody nose. At the end of the day, all of this has been ever changing. It's all seemed a little suspect to some. Some people don't feel like it was suspect at all. Some people feel like this is solid and solidified, while some of us are side-eyeing this. And we're side-eyeing it hard. There's a lot of inconsistencies in this case, and that you cannot dispute. And on further note, wasn't he ordered restitution in the criminal case? Did we all forget that? Let me pull that up. Let me pull that up. Let me pull up the other case, the criminal case. Because she was ordered to pay restitution to him. You still want more money. In the criminal case, she's also ordered to stay. She has a restraining order on her to stay away from him, to not be within 100 yards of him. Let's go right here to this sentence, and let me get this screen back up for y'all. Let me get this screen back up. I'm not even going to put my watermark up because everybody has all of this information. But then again, I do, if somebody decides to come use the content, I do want my credit. Thank you, because I know some people just don't do it regardless. All right, so here we go. Okay, so as you can see, this is the case. This is the state of California versus Chrisean Malone, where they picked up the charges from this civil case, okay? And in here, it says that one of her conditions is to make restitution to the victim. Can y'all see that? Because I can't see what y'all seeing. I don't know what happened to my screen. This right here. That's the comment I was looking for. Right. But that was the comment that I was looking for. Like you speaking twice, like she's paying twice on this case. Okay, there I go, because I couldn't see myself on the screen for a second there. So like I didn't know if y'all was seeing it or not. Okay, y'all, are y'all seeing it? Yeah, y'all seeing it. All right. Just wanted to make sure before I continue on and go on with this. So here is where we see she's already paying restitution. All right. She's already told not to threaten or force violence or inflict on anyone. Do not annoy, harass any victim or witness in the case. Do not associate with and stay away from at least 100 yards from James Wright and 800 West Olympic Boulevard, which is the Nova. So now my question is, if she has a show booked at the Nova, that means she can't go there. I'm done. Now, a lot of people, if you don't know why people are bringing up the Patty pies, is because at one point in time, James was going to attempt to sue Patty LaBelle about them Patty pies because he felt like he wasn't compensated properly for the promotion he did for the Patty pies. And he even went on tour with Patty, if I'm not mistaken. But that case never went nowhere because Patty settled outside of it even getting to court. But there were talks about him suing Patty over Patty's pies. Y'all get them likes up. Like, I'm side-eyeing hard right now. Where the likes at, y'all? Versus the views, because y'all back there lurking. All right, let me do a quick little check before I start closing this one out. Okay, nothing else has been updated from Oklahoma. Okay, I do want to also say this. There is something that I am watching. There's two things that I'm watching in this Oklahoma case. There's two things that I'm watching. And until I see something shift in those things, I don't have very much to say. I don't have any assumptions. I don't know if she's coming home today. We hope that she comes home so that she could be with her son. You know, but I don't know what today is. We don't know if she's going to be extradited or not. We don't know if this ends the 30 days because remember, there was a calculation that I had done a while ago where I had said she was doing double the days. She had the 10 days credit, did the double the days. And then if you count it from the last day all the way to the 28th, that made 30 days. Today would make 30 days and she would be released. I did say that on my Instagram a while ago when we were trying to figure out the 28th, but this is basically like us trying to figure all of this out. Is the 28th the date that Oklahoma decides that they're going to come and get her and they're going to bring her to answer to the judge out there? And even if she does go out there, I still stand on the fact that if she goes out there and this was running concurrent, she's just going to appear in front of the judge and then she will be reinstated. She's still on active. She's still listed as a fugitive in Oklahoma. She is. So we don't know. We don't know if there's a possibility that at the end of all of this, things will change because at the end of the day, nobody can tell you a definite as to what's happening. Everybody can give you an educated guess on what is happening because nobody has given a definite anything that has happened. And that's a fact. Me and everyone else who have spoken on this topic, this subject matter, we haven't all been 100% correct. None of us. We're all just telling you what we see. Because unless you are actually in there working those files, you don't know what they're going to do. He needs some of Blue's Humble Pie. Child, Blue's Humble Pie was one of them ground beef logs in the oven. I don't know if anybody wants that or deserves that. And it still had the plastic on it. at the end of the day, yes, free rock. Okay. These hate channels have run CR's name through the mud. Yeah, I know. I honestly feel went through because of. Please remember all, we don't talk about other CCs. Please don't add to the chat. Thank you. Yeah, guys, I don't do that in my chat because at the end of the day, y'all like to put stuff in the chats and then y'all like to spin and create narratives and start conflict when there is no conflict. Y'all like to clip up stuff and only clip certain parts of stuff and start drama and beef. So we don't do that over here. Okay, we don't mention other content creators over here unless there is a reason to mention them, as in, okay, this is their video that I'm going to play, this is their content. Or if I'm agreeing with someone, I might say this person over at this channel, blah 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 blah. It has nothing to do with animosity or feeling a way towards anybody or any of that. It has everything to do with trying to avoid conflict and confusion over anything, even though people can come back and watch the video, the whole video, and see for themselves what was discussed. It's still the fact that we are all people, and sometimes people's reactions first are emotional, okay? And they don't think that maybe this is spun, and let me go do my research and let me go look. And I'm even guilty of that myself. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy when people carry bones between channels, and that's what a lot of people do. They carry bones between platforms, bones between content creators, and bones from channel to channel, okay? And it's a lot of stuff that goes on. So to keep everyone in this chat over here on this channel, when you at the bar, we not gossiping about or bringing up other content creators, period. So I just thought, yes, this is a good time because somebody mentioned it in the chat. One of the wrenches, shout out to the wrenches, mentioned it in the chat. So I thought I would address that so people could stop with the narratives of thinking that it's about them. It's not about them. It's not about feeling a way about them or any of that. Okay, so I hope that that is understood and solidified in wax and stone and forever etched into the channel's history. We're still going to watch to see what's happening, but I just wanted to talk about the James case really quickly because that's what's happening today, and let you guys know that no, nothing is happening. She's not, there's no decision that's going to be made at all today. So if that's what people were thinking, that's not what's going to happen from the looks of things. That's what it looks like. All right. Yes, I'm very well aware that Smiley was at the airport today. Okay. I did see the live of her at the airport, but we don't know where Smiley is going to or coming from. We don't know what airport she was at. We don't know. Maybe somebody might know that airport and say, hey, that was LAX, or hey, that's MIA. That's the Miami airport. Or it could be a Kentucky airport. We don't know. But even still, if you know the airport she was at, you still don't know where she's going until she decides to tell us where she's going. So I know there's a lot of assumptions. There's a lot of narratives that are already being spun that she's going, oh, well, Smiley's on a plane. She's on her way to Oklahoma to meet Chrisean because Chrisean was picked up and blah, 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 blah. We don't know. She didn't say. That's, to me, that's the end of it. So if you're looking for me to speak on that, there's nothing to speak on other than the fact that people were telling her that Baddies is dry right now, that it's boring, that the best seasons were when Chrisean, her, and Stunner Girl were on there. And I know that that's up for debate with people. But that's it. There's really nothing else to talk about. No, Vine never said she moved. So I don't know who's saying that. Okay, we got time for Chrisean over here. Never doubt that. I don't know who said that. Vine said she moved, but she didn't. Thank you, Xavier, for that super chat. That too. That too. There's a game in St. Louis tomorrow. So she could be on her way. There's so many possibilities of things until I actually hear Chrisean in the background of somebody's live laughing or see her on a live herself. Until I see those things, I'm not mm-mm. I'm not getting into that. What are you saying about interstate compact? They don't give you info of when or if due to right. And that I've said that before on here. You're absolutely right, Kiki. They don't, even when they're doing a regular jail transfer, they don't tell you when they're moving people. Like, so if anybody is telling you, I can say this with confidence. If anybody is telling you that they've seen documentation that she's being picked up on this day at this time, that is, if they don't show the proof, the receipt of it, it's not the truth. Because these jails, these prisons, these what is it? It's county jail, state prison. I think that's it. Because it's the difference between jail and prison. I think there's one more though. I feel like there's one more. Regardless to whether you're at the city, the state, or the federal level, it doesn't matter. They're not telling you because they don't want to risk the chance of somebody trying to break them out, cause an escape, or any of that. So they don't tell you ish. Only those who are close to the case are privy to that information. Does stuff get leaked? Stuff does get leaked at times. But if somebody is telling you that there is a document, there's not a document. They're not going to do that. They're not going to release that, especially the information to the public. The way that people have been saying that they've been calling up there, random people calling, asking, are you going to pick her up and extradite her to Oklahoma and all that other craziness? Do you think they're going to tell you when they're going to pick her up? Think. They're not even updating her case files on time. We just had a case file that updated over the weekend. And I said it was a secret hearing only because it was never on the docket prior to that. That's why I said it was a secret hearing. Exactly. They tell the inmates at the last minute that they're getting transported. And sometimes they have enough time to tell you, like they have enough time to pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm being moved today. I don't know where. And even they don't know where they're going. They don't know where they're going. So you'll get a call saying, yo, I'm being moved today. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to call you when I get there. They don't even tell the inmate until the inmate is on the van or the bus or however their transportation is going down. See, I may not have been an inmate, but I have been around a lot of criminal active people. I didn't know how to say it. I like what you just said there. I like what you just said there. It may seem now that Chrisean is losing this battle. She isn't. I know in faith, this will resolve in her favor. Patience is a virtue. Amen. Absolutely. Email who? Oh, yeah, they've been emailing them too. Yes, they have, because it's in the court docs. It's in the court docs that they received calls and emails. But you know what? I said this as well. They were doing calls and emails on Blue when it was Blue's turn. So both sides are guilty of doing that ish. Okay. So listen, I just wanted to give y'all that. I know I've been gone, but as y'all see, I did a thing. I did a thing. And no, I did not purposefully make my tips that color. My tips naturally came out that color because for those of y'all who don't know, I did do a big chop on my hair one time and my hair was like that long and I colored it. So that's probably why my tips turned out that way. But I wanted my blonde a little blonder. So maybe next month I'll do another round. But I'm not going to do another round no time soon. It'll have to be next month. Also, I have an announcement, guys. I've just been doing things in my absence. I will be adding this. I will be adding this to the links in the channel, but I want to share with everyone the thing that I have been up to because it is something different. It is another side of Henny because I'm trying to organize myself because I give y'all a lot. And here it is. Ta-da! It's a new channel. It's a lifestyle, spiritual health, mukbangs, and more. It's called A Taste of Henny. Okay? Let me play this for y'all. Let me play this for y'all. Oh my God. Yay. Woo! So, yes, I have another channel. It is at A Taste of Henny. Thank you, Talking Doctor, for the congratulations and for the super chat. I appreciate you. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. And yes, so y'all know I did vlog my hair journey, what I did, how I colored it and all of that. But I want to get some of the old videos out that I did from a year ago because I have been a locked goddess for a year. Y'all be loving my nails and all of that stuff. These are the nails now. They are neon yellow, but you can't, the lighting is not doing them any justice. But y'all love my nails. They become a staple where people are really like, let us see your nails. So I'm going to be doing videos on that. I'm going to do mukbangs with my kids and, you know, have conversations with them. Take you on my little outings when I go out and do my little grounding and stuff like that. I'm going to talk about some of the things I do spiritually, you know, maybe even bring you in on my journaling journey and all of that stuff. I do have my Amazon wish list. I am going to be updating the wish list because I am going to be revamping my office to make it available for, you know, me to go live. I mean, I love my virtual background, but I think a real background would really set things off nicely. Also, big things are popping because the pour up, I have decided to make it a podcast, guys. Let me put the new channel down for y'all in the chat. But yes, the pour up I have decided is going to be a podcast because you guys have been asking for a podcast. So I'm going to make it a podcast. So that is the new channel that I just put in there. I can't pin it from here. I don't know if the mods can pin stuff. But either way, I will post it again on my IG stories, but it's just giving you guys different sides of me. And since you guys have like wanted me to do a podcast, you know, and I'm gonna do it. I've like wanted, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna pin it now. Hold on, let me see if I can pin it. Why is it not letting me pin it? I'm on the channel, right? No, I must be logged into. No, I'm on the right channel. It's not letting me pin, guys. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I pinned the new one at the in the chat, please subscribe and run that channel up. You know, when I'm able to go live on that channel, I will definitely go live when I'm doing different things so that you guys can actually interact with me. Thank you, Cocoa Drips. So yes, I'm in the midst of setting the pour up to be a podcast. So I decided that's best to do. That's the best way to do things. It'll make it easier for people who do want to come and they want to tell their stories. They don't have to come and tell their stories and show their faces. We could use anonymous names and we could just use their voice and talk and get it out that way. I don't know if I'll make it a video type of thing, but it will definitely be a podcast that I will be posting here, and you guys can just go and listen because you guys say that y'all like my voice so much. So yes, we're definitely moving. Okay. We're moving. We're doing our thing over here. We'll be back with the court docs. And yes, I have not forgotten about Circus Press Box. It's just that there hasn't been a lot of press box stuff that I care to even talk about, to be honest, but I will do some press box stuff for y'all. We're going up and we're moving up and we're going to keep going up. And I appreciate all of the support and love that you guys give me. But I am going to go spend some time with my kids, spend some time with the pup. You love my voice, definitely soothing. A lot of people say that. Big Henny, not the little one. Okay. I love y'all as well. So I'm going to go do all of that because y'all know that this starts my overnight shifts. I did not do my Apple MacBook, my AirBook or whatever this week. This month, and next month is Apple Juices. Thank you, Riding with Ryder. Apple Juice turns 16 next month, so I'm kind of trying to get things together for that. But I'm going to take the big old laptop with me to work and work on some things and get that podcast up and running because it's something that I can do anywhere. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for tapping in and tuning in to those of you who have stayed throughout the whole video. Thank you to those who are going to be on the replay gang. And thank you to those who are lurking in the bushes. I do want to give a shout out to SL Davis. Okay. SL Davis is another creator here on YouTube. SL Davis has given me so many shout outs and shown me so much love on her channel. She does reviews and takes on my videos, and she does not alter them. She does not discredit. She actually does the channel right. And for everybody who is over here from SL Davis, welcome. I appreciate you coming over and joining us here on the bar. But yes, that's another great content creator who supports me, who does not play with my content. She understands how important it is to give the credit where credit is due, and she does it right. So I wanted to shout her out and give her her flowers for doing that. If y'all see somebody using the content and they're using the content right and they're giving credit where credit is due, please let me know so that I can shout them out as well, because I appreciate it, because that's how our names get out there. That's how we grow, when we're able to respect one another as content creators. So shout out to them. Even shout out to the haters who are using the content. I appreciate y'all. But y'all know what I say. Remember to vibe high so that the bullshit don't stick. And love is always love, y'all. And I love y'all so very much. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.